Hi and welcome to Bytes and Bits. Now, I'm always on the lookout for a good bargain when it comes to buying my electronics and various devices and things like that. I'm sure you've come across the idea of Temu and AliExpress and a website such as that, which are basically sort of Chinese-based warehouses where you can really sort of buy almost direct from the Chinese manufacturers. Now, if you compare some of the prices, they are very good, and on the face of it, it seems like fantastic value. But I'm sure you've seen various YouTube videos and so on, where people have bought things which have either never turned up, or they've been the wrong product, or they just simply didn't work. So I have to admit, I've always shied away from using any of these sorts of outlets. But I thought, I've got a couple of projects coming up where I need to buy a couple of bits and pieces. So I thought, why not give them a go and just see if they are okay, and if you can actually get some decent products at a good price from them. Now, the two things which I'm really going to be looking at for this particular video, I do need to get a pillar drill. I'm going to be doing some PCB projects in a while, and I'll be putting those onto the channel here and showing you how to make your own PCBs. And for that, I'm going to need to use some of these very small drill bits. And to get those reliably working drilling my PCB boards, I do need to have a pillar drill, which will sort of save me using my hand, where I can easily snap off the drill bit and give me a nice steady vertical motion on that. So I'm going to be looking for something that will turn my standard electric drill into a pillar drill. The next bit then I want to have a look at is I want to get my Wii console into my family room so that we can start playing some of the Wii games again. And again, I'll be doing some videos on how to jailbreak this and set that up properly. But at the moment, the standard Wii output on this is not able to plug directly into an HDMI port, so you need some sort of converter device that will take the Wii output, turn that into an HDMI signal, bundle up the sound with it, and then let you run that on a modern TV. So that's the second thing that I'm going to be having a look at. So let's have a look and see the actual websites themselves. Have a look at the ordering process, have a look through the delivery process, because of course it is going to come directly from China, and then see if we actually get the products and what sort of quality they are. So let's get into that. So if we head across to Temu.com first. Now, these websites are of course just standard e-commerce websites. Now, they are based in China, and they do allow manufacturers and retailers to list their products underneath their various brands. So Temu, obviously these are all listed as if they are from Temu, but you can see that quite a few different sellers are selling exactly the same product. So I think although it comes under the brand of Temu, they are individual people behind the scenes who are providing the actual products. So you can see here, I've just done a general search then for just portable game consoles, and I've got these little sort of Game Boy style devices coming up, which I think tend to be sort of like Nintendo NES emulators. But you can see here that the prices that we're getting are incredibly low. It's sort of hard to imagine how they can actually put together the case, the buttons, the screen, the battery, and so on for that sort of price. You definitely couldn't buy those components in this country for that sort of price. And perhaps it might actually be a good way of getting hold of components, is to actually sort of buy one of these if you wanted to make a handheld console, get the case, get the battery. I don't think you could probably use a screen, but you could get quite a few good parts from there, again, for sort of £5 or £6, and that is with free delivery to worldwide destinations. So perhaps that could be a possible project in the future we'll have a look at. But for this one here, from Temu, then I'm going to use Temu to get hold of a pillar drill. And as I say, what I'm looking for is a product which will let me put my handheld drill into a some sort of stand, and then provide that then with this vertical action. So again, there's obviously a range of products here. So this one here, the style tends to come in a bit more expensive, so I thought I would have a look at this cheaper version here just to see if it is actually of any use. So the one that I ended up buying was this actual product here, and that actually is available. All of these products, of course, are available through places like Amazon, through various sellers, so it is actually this exact same product here. On Amazon then, we were looking at between sort of £20 and £30 for this product. On Temu then, the one that I finally ordered came in at £16 with free delivery to the UK, and they quoted me with a less than 10-day delivery date. And if you look at the actual order itself then, so I ordered that on November the 20th, and it arrived here in the UK direct from China on the 25th, so a 5-day delivery, which I really can't fault them on that. And again, with free delivery, well, there isn't really much you can say other than it was really good experience. So we'll have a look at the actual quality of that in a second, but as regards then ordering, buying it, delivery, and getting it here in one piece, that was absolutely spot on. So second item I was looking at then was, of course, a HDMI converter for my Wii console. And you can see here again on AliExpress exactly the same idea, where we have a large number of people selling exactly the same product, again at slightly different prices. So on AliExpress, these are coming in at sort of under £2. If I look at the same product then on Amazon, you can see it is exactly the same product. But again, looking at it now, sort of £5 to £15, various prices I've seen on Amazon. So again, we're saving a bit of money there for exactly the same product. As regards then the actual ordering of this, so I actually bundled mine up. So free delivery was not available on just buying it by itself. And again, you can see that having free delivery on something that's only costing £1.65, that does sound a bit unachievable. So I did bundle up with a couple of other things. I have some expensive desoldering braid here. Again, a reel of that for 27p. You can't really beat that price. I got some keyboard keys and so on. And again, the total cost of this order then came to, it was something like about £6 or something like that. So £6 here. And again, that then got me into the free fast delivery band. And you can see here, they quoted me a 5-day delivery. So I placed the order on November the 19th, and the actual products were in my hand on November 24th. So again, AliExpress, in terms of ordering, prices, delivery and speed of delivery, you cannot fault it. So I'm very pleased there with that. So, everything's obviously here, so let's have a look and see what sort of quality we got. So both packages came reasonably well wrapped, really just an outer packaging over the products themselves. So let's first of all have a look at what came back from AliExpress. So again, that was just in some sort of jiffy bag here, and the actual components then within their individual bags and boxes inside that. So everything, of course, arrived. It was exactly as described in the website. And the actual quality of them then, well, this solder braid, there isn't much you can say about that, but it is proper copper-based solder braid. I think I had just bought some from a local component manufacturer, and for pretty much exactly the same item, I think I paid about £5 for it, where 30p is obviously a big saving. I did buy an NVMe to PCI adapter. I'm going to put an NVMe card into my PC. So that came here. The actual circuit board itself is perfectly good quality. The case stand, it is plastic and a bit bendy, but again, when you're paying £1.20 for it, well, you can't really complain about that. The keyboard keys then, again, I can't really fault them. They are proper keyboard keys. They're not the clicky variety. I was expecting the clicky variety coming, but they are nice quality actually. So I don't have any problem with that. And they will work well on building up a little sort of keyboard game controller. And the very final thing then, of course, was the bit I actually did want, which was the Wii HDMI adapter. So it is quite a plasticky product. But it is exactly the same, I think, as anything you would buy from the Amazon and so on. And again, for £1.70, I really can't fault that. So moving on to the package from Temu then, which of course is the pillar drill stand. So again, came nicely packaged. The box itself contains the equipment, and it is a solid metal pillar drill. It is aluminium. It's probably, if you were going to use this in a workshop environment, then obviously it's definitely not sturdy enough for that. But as regards just a little sort of hobbyist device for drilling PCBs and some light work, then this full metal device for £16 really can't be beaten. So building it up, everything went together perfectly well. There was no problems there at all, and the action itself is nice and smooth. So again, I cannot fault this product, especially since it was so cheap. And then actually making use of it to drill some holes in a sort of blank PCB. Again, the smooth action let me get very accurate hole drilling. It was a very smooth and vertical action, so there was no problems with bending of the drill bits and so on, and overall, absolutely perfect. So on to the Wii HDMI converter. So it's all plugged together here now, and I've got it running on just this little small screen, just so we can see it operating. And as you can see, it's working perfectly well. So we're getting full sound coming through. The picture quality is absolutely fine. It's not absolutely crisp, if I was honest, but I think as regards to what I remember it being on a TV screen through the composite output, it does seem to be as good as that. Maybe not quite as good, but it is pretty good. So overall then, we do have obviously a fully working HDMI output then from our Wii, and I have tested it on my main TV in our family room, which is sort of like a big sort of 50-inch type thing, and that works perfectly well on there as well with really good sound. So again, overall then, everything seems to be working exactly as it should. So that really is all there's to say about ordering through Temu and AliExpress, and I suspect things like Banggood as well will be a similar experience. So from my point of view, everything went very smoothly. I was very happy with the prices. It was, considering the distance it had to come, it was very speedy delivery, exactly as they had quoted on the ordering process. And the products themselves were as good as I would have expected from anything like Amazon or eBay. Obviously then, just like on any website, there are certain offers you're going to get which are going to be too good to be true. So take just your normal sort of consumer experience to judge the validity of any of those particular offers. But other than that, I would highly recommend using these services to get hold of some really good deals. And they do have some really good deals popping up from time to time where things do get sort of knocked down half price and so on. I guess they're probably trying to shift some sort of stock. So I hope you have found this useful. Do give them a go. If you've enjoyed this video, do please make sure that you like it and subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any of my next project work and gaming videos. I look forward to seeing you again in another video very soon, and bye for now. For more games programming, electronics projects and retro gaming, please make sure you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel and visit my website.